job.
And welcome to the 2019 EVO graduation and exhibit opening. Thank you all for coming tonight. We have a lot to celebrate. We have this incredible group of seniors sitting at the front of the room. We have sophomores and juniors who worked really hard to create our exhibit this year. Could you all stand up? And we have students who made it through their very first year of EVO. You all can stand up. So all of these students have been really incredible part of the museum this year. We have a number of students who also worked as interpreters in the museum. So if you were in PsyCorps, just give a wave. We have students who served as teaching assistants for the younger classes. Give a wave. And we have people who just showed up here for no reason except to hang out and get some homework done. So if that's you, if you just came in, we have some seats up in the front row. You can come sit close to me. Come on over. No one's on. So we have a lot of things to celebrate tonight, so we should get started with a few things. First of all, let's talk about our exhibit. So every year our students put together a really fabulous exhibit that stays on display in the museum for a full year. And it's a really incredible opportunity to have students' voices and student work represented in a museum that for the most part is filled with really old stuff from really fancy professors. And for us to have a space in the museum, and this year having 2 spaces, really says a lot about the quality of work that our students produce. So last year our exhibit was Ladies First, about women of color in STEM and the barriers that they faced. That exhibit is actually going to stay in place for a whole other year to celebrate the Year of Women at Yale. So we've never had an exhibit stay for that long, and everyone in the museum was just so impressed with it. They wanted to keep it and have it be a part of Yale's celebration. So that gave us an even better opportunity this year to do something completely different in a completely new space. And so we have a photography exhibit this year focused on climate change and students' perspectives on climate change. So that's on the first floor. We have 2 exhibits in 2 different places, and we'll be unveiling that climate change exhibit tonight. So we also have seniors who've done a lot of really cool things that I'd like to tell you about. We have students in the PsyCorps program who've gone through multiple levels for multiple years. So you start off in PsyCorps in a training period as apprentices volunteering your time. You then move into an interpreter position, which is a paid job working in the museum, and a very few students move up to the place of museum fellow. We have 3 students this year who are museum fellows. So I would love to introduce Joseph Jackson. projects at the museum. We were at a meeting this morning at the library to work on an outreach project with the public library system. And next summer, we're working on an EVO day to celebrate our 15th anniversary of the Evolutions program. And they're gonna help put that together, so thank you. We also have some staff that I want to introduce. So EVO staff, if you were a teacher or an instructor or a supervisor this year, could you come on up? So you all know Alana, our program coordinator. Arabelle and Osase are classroom teachers. And Natasha and Jonah are somewhere around here, but they're probably downstairs setting things up because yeah, come on up here. Arabelle and Osase have been with our team for 3 years. They're graduating from Yale this year. And we're really going to miss them. And then Jonah and Natasha were EVO students through all of high school. This year they became members of staff and they've been running the PsyCore program. Alright, so now I would love to have Alana and Arabelle come on over here and you can tell us a little bit about the exhibit for this year. And to join them, I would love to have Danielle and Johannes, who've been selected by our
This thing on? Hi, everybody.
Hi. It's wonderful to see you all tonight. Thank you so much for supporting our students, supporting our program. So this year's exhibit, it was a little different. So usually we do dioramas each year, and it's something about social change or a STEM topic. And this year we went with climate change because it's something that a lot of people have had on their minds, whether we think, it's not real, or we think that it's the end of the world. We thought it was something that was really important to talk about. So our underclassmen came together and they made some really terrific photos that are beautiful and really kind of convey the message of how they were feeling about climate change. Because let's be honest, it's not easy to be young in America. So many things are going on, and anyway, let me not get emotional. So many things are going on, so that's one of the things that we wanted to talk about that we thought could be impactful and important. So it was a long road. You guys already know that we're in my classes. It was a long road, but you guys pulled off some amazing and beautiful work, and we're very, very proud of you. This is one of the most different exhibits that we've made, and honestly, I loved working with you guys. I mean, I always do, but I have to say I have a chance to say to the microphone now, so love working with you guys, and I think you all did an amazing job. So thank you so much to everyone who helped, the graphics department, Wally and his team, Andrea, obviously, my instructors. I really appreciate you all, and obviously, of course, the students, because, EVO's nothing without you, and I love you all very much. So.
Okay, so as all seniors know, we do the exhibit usually in the spring semester of an EVO class. So we started this project back in January, I want to say. So we spent a lot of time over many months doing a lot of work and research to put the project together. And what was exciting about doing the exhibit this year is that we decided on the photography format. And so we did a lot of work with the students doing sort of photography skills development. And so we would send folks out into the museum to take pictures and experiment with light and color and and movement and framing and all these things to practice their photography. And then we did a lot of work also getting out into the city to try and embody and think about ways that climate change is affecting people in New Haven all the time. And so students were divided up into different groups based on different topics. We had students studying food, migration, urban climate change, and all these different topics. And so they've created really wonderful exhibits and games and activities and stuff downstairs for you all to do. And they're going to teach you about some of the stuff that you learned. But for now, I'll hand it over to the students.
Hi guys, my name is Danielle Gordon. I'm in 10th grade. I go to Co-op High School. I'm from the Thursday class. Yeah. So we decided to do climate change because some of the students in our class were concerned about it, but I was actually one of the kids that didn't really know much about climate change, so I wasn't fond of doing it at first. But now I'm actually happy that we did this project because I used to think that climate change was one of those serious topics that people didn't really understand. They didn't take it that serious or anything like that. I didn't know about it, but I realized how serious it is and that it's in motion, it's happening now, and that we should take action and do something about it instead of just saying, oh yeah, I'll do that, but when we go home, we don't do anything. So my group specifically, I was in the health group because I care about what happens to me first before anything else. Let's be real. Yeah, but I was in the health group, and we focused on how climate change affects us mentally and physically, and we looked up some illnesses that we can actually get from weather changes, and we actually made up some ideas how it might affect us in the future and how we might have to live differently before it's too late. There was also other groups you said, food, migration, what else? Yeah. What else? So yeah, all our photos were taken by us. You will see me, you will see other kids in it, plants and things like that. We actually put a lot of ideas behind these photos, which I like. So if you have any questions about it, ask, because there could be a whole photo idea to it. Cause me and Kirsten right over there, sorry, I had to point you out. But we actually put a lot of thought into it, and I want to thank Alana, because you seemed like you were struggling putting it together. So can we give her a clap? Thank you. I hope you enjoy your exhibit.
My name is Johannes, and I am in the Friday class. And my class and I were given the topics of urbanization, migration due to climate change, animals affected by climate change, and also how the economy was impacted. All of these topics will be represented in the exhibit. But what we all want you to leave with is that in 11 years, we all will be experiencing the negative effects of climate change, and we will be not able to reverse the consequences. From loss of animal species to the massive wave of refugees fleeing from rising sea levels, the future does not look bright. But that can all change. You can all contribute in different ways, from using all natural biodegradable products to voting for politicians who care about our future and the crisis that we're in. And when you leave tonight, keep in mind that in 11 years, this will be my generation's future, and possibly even our own kids, if we even make it that far. Thank you.
Guide us through these years is a student who is in EVO and was also recently elected as the student representative for
Andrea said, my name is Lukha Maruna, and I'm the new student representative on the Board of Ed. I was inspired to run, to be on the Board of Ed by the school closings and the excessive budget cuts that were happening in New Haven. Besides that, I've always been interested in student government and advocating for student voice and power in schools, so that kind of propelled me to run. And with the help of New Haven public students and students from EVO, I won. So that was cool. Yeah, I won, and now I'm the new student rep, so fun times, yeah.
Alright, we have one more person who will be speaking, and that's my boss. So I would like to introduce Chris Norris, who is the new Director of Public Programs at the museum. This is his first year in this role, and he has been an incredible advocate for the Evolutions program, and I would love to have him say a few words.
Hi everyone. So I feel very guilty being up here. I've only been in this job since January of this year, so not very long actually looking after the programs that include Evolutions and Cycle, but I've been in this museum for 10 years, and believe me, everyone in this museum knows Evolutions and Cycle and knows the students. It's one of these things. There are many things about the Peabody that are very cool. The Peabody has, as you probably all know, I'm sure you can all rattle off these numbers. The Peabody has 13.5 million specimens. It has dinosaurs, it has little microscopic algae, it has plants, it has human culture, it has all of these amazing things. And there are so many reasons why I would get up in the morning and feel excited to go to work. But actually, the thing that probably excites me more than anything else in this museum is you guys and this program. It's just the most phenomenal thing and the most phenomenal honor that I have, that I get to hang out with all of you. I get to run a program that benefits all of you, and that I get to see such spectacular students come out of it as the ones we've seen tonight. So motivated, so excited for the future, so daunted by all the challenges of the future, but actually the people that I think are going to be the leaders of our future. And in fact, Andrea and I saw one of them, a former graduate of the program, Murray Brennan, who was actually in Congress giving evidence to Congress on the importance of this program and maintaining the funding for this program. So you all are the most phenomenal ambassadors for it. We are so proud of you. We're so gifted to have you working with us at Peabody. And I think what I'd like to do now is ask for a huge round of applause for our seniors this year.
Now it's time to talk about our seniors. This is usually the part where I cry, so I'm just going to talk real quick, get it over with so that that doesn't happen. I'm not going to do it. Thank you, seniors, for the last 3 or 4 years. You all have been the most fun, most ridiculous group of students we have had. Most of you were in the Wednesday class from the beginning to the end, and for a while, the Wednesday class was like, oh, it's Wednesday class. Close all the doors in the hallway. Make sure nobody burns the popcorn, because Wednesday class is all over the place. You all have grown to be the most dedicated class I think we've seen at the museum. Every year I think, oh, this is the best senior class. No one's ever going to meet them. And every year, the next class meets them. I see some of you probably 4 or 5 days a week at the museum. They joke about having a bed in the basement, and I only think they're half joking about that. They're here probably as much as I am. The commitment to this institution and to doing important work, not only for the museum, but for your fellow students, is just incredible to see. You are abnormal high school students. You are amazing and dedicated and professional, and college is lucky to have you. That doesn't really count as crying. So we are going to hand out certificates now to each of our seniors. Osase, Do you have anything you'd like to share to them?
Yes, I do. I just want to emphasize that this is truly such a special class. In my 3 years here, I've had the glory, the honor, just the excitement to work with most of you for at least 2 of those 3 years. And I can honestly say that you guys are just, you crafted such a beautiful dynamic of love, respect, hilarity, and nerdy passion. And it's honestly such an honor to just work with you every single Wednesday. You're the highlight of my week. And I'm so excited to see what you do in these next few years. I know your futures are bright, and I know it's going to be hard to get where you want to go based on what you all have done, but you're going to get there. And I'm so excited to see you do that.
I'm excited.
So we're going to do your certificates, and then we're going to finish off with a few seniors giving us some parting words. Okay. So when Osase says your name, you're going to come get your certificate and your gift. You all get a pack of cards to take to college. So in that first week of school, when you don't have any friends, you can say, hey, do you want to play cards? And they're like, why do you have 3D dinosaur cards? And then you make all the friends. So that's the plan. And
Okay, first up we have Adam. Amir. Hizami. Ana Laura Gonzalez. Brandy. Camille. Karina. Ethan. Jasmine. Jason. Joe. Justin. Carla. Keith. Kamani. Luca. Magali. And last but not least, Mel. Last but not least, Amari Taylor.
okay, we have some seniors who'd like to say a few words.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jasmine Jones, and I'm so glad to be before you tonight. Hey! So I've been in the Evolutions program for all 4 years, and if I could describe it in one word, I describe it as a community. For these past 4 years, I've grown close to my fellow seniors, the current underclassmen, and Evolution staff. I mean, when you go to the same place for the same day of the week, for 4 years, you're bound to make friends. Which I've done. But these are some of the most warm, caring, charismatic people I've ever met. So supportive and understanding in so many ways. And so I like to say that there are 2 different evolution students.
There are the ones that come one day a week and they're done. They're like, oh yeah, I show up for Wednesdays. It's just that thing I do after school, which is fine. I think a lot of us have started out that way. But I feel like once you get further and deeper into the program, you're more likely to become the other kind of student. And thank you to my fellow seniors. We finally made it. It's been 3 or 4 lovely long years. And I love you guys so much, and I wish you luck in your after high school plans. Thank you to my freshmen, my sophomores, and my juniors for coming and carrying on what Evolutions is trying to do. Thank you to every family and everyone else for coming tonight. This is really the time to celebrate what we do here, and I'm so glad you all can make it. So thank you.
Hi everyone. I don't want to follow that up. That was really good, but I'm going to try my best. So my name's Ethan, and I'm one of the graduating seniors this year. So standing here today feels very strange. For the past 3 years, I have attended the Evolutions graduation ceremony to send my friends off and wish them luck in their future endeavors. But today that's us, so that's a very weird feeling, but I stand here with my incredible peers and talented peers to celebrate our own graduation. People not part of the Evolutions program often ask me, what exactly is EVO? And for me, that's kind of a hard thing to answer. And for everyone in EVO would know that would be very hard to say. So if you ask that question to any student here, they would give you a completely different answer, I think, because EVO is just so many things. To list just some of the things that EVO is, it's a place to learn about science, to develop scientific literacy, learn about careers in STEM. It's a place to learn about all things college, so the application process, stuff like that. But it's also a place to make some of the strongest friendships you will ever make. It's a place to seek internships through Yale or job opportunities through the Peabody. And my personal favorite, EVO is a place to play the most intense game of bananagrams you will ever experience. I'm looking at you, Hizami. Very intense. I could keep going, but I think we all get the point that EVO is all about opportunity. If I did have to define what EVO was to me, I would say that it is the most vital support system that I have had in my high school career, and I can confidently say that many people would support that claim. When I started EVO as a freshman, I was a nerdy kid who liked bugs and the environment. Andrea saw a passion in me, and since then, she and all the other incredible EVO staff members have guided me along the path of self-discovery, as with everyone else in the EVO program. Through EVO, I've had the opportunity to work in environmental engineering labs, and that's now what I've recognized as a passion. So I can thank EVO for discovering my passion and my future. Like others in this room today, EVO has supported me in finding my calling. So with that being said, I just want to say thank you to the Evolutions program for everything that it has done for me and all my peers. It is one of the most incredible experiences I've had in my academic life and life in general, and I strongly urge everyone to take advantage of it because I certainly benefited from it, and everyone here did as well. So thank you.
Hi guys. Hi. So it's kind of hard to follow up such great speeches, right? But they're all correct. I like to think of EVO as a happy accident. I still kind of don't care for the sciences or math, but I do care for like the program. So I applied and I really showed up thinking that it was going to be a class, like a class where you just sit down, you learn, and then you go home. And it was so much more. And we got to sit down and we engage with each other. Every week it's someone different, a different person in a field. And for me personally, sorry, I'm getting a little choked up because EVO is where I kind of found, like, I like to say my talent. I grew up in a very large family, and I always felt like I couldn't really find a niche to fill, you know? And I came to EVO, and through all that, every week, Andrea and Alana and everybody, whoever was my teacher that year, they would just ask me what my interests, and as Ethan and Jazz said, you know, they'd offer so many opportunities, and the only one I took was Psycorps, and I stuck to it, and I realized that, like, that's the thing I'm good at. And if it weren't for me kind of showing up to the Peabody on a whim to see an intern symposium, I wouldn't have even applied, and I wouldn't really have my passion, and I wouldn't have that talent. And it wasn't, I found it here, and it was fostered here, and that's kind of why EVO is really important to me, because without it, I really don't think I'd be like the same person that I truly am. It's really cliche, but I think it's really true, because EVO is a space where you can be yourself and you can grow as a person with people who want to see you grow, and that makes all the difference. So thank you for that.
Okay, maybe I did cry a little bit. So thank you, seniors, thank you, students, for, again, all of your contributions. Now we get to the fun stuff. This was fun too, but we're going to debut our exhibit to you. So first thing I need is for the Thursday and Friday class students to head downstairs to your activity stations. Everyone else stay put.
It has more volume, I guess. Yeah, that's what. How am I gonna rate this?
While they get their activities set up, I'll tell you what happens next. First thing, I see a whole bunch of EVO alumni in the room, so I would love for all of you to wave if you graduated from EVO and you're now all grown up. Once you're in the EVO family, you are always in the EVO family. You all are 10 years from now still gonna get calls from me, so you're not going anywhere. Now, we have this great exhibit downstairs that we would love for you to see. And our students not only took pictures, but they developed hands-on activities to help teach you some of the content behind the photos that inspired them to do this work. So we are going to send you downstairs in smaller groups. You're gonna go down the big elevator. When you get down to the first floor, the doors will open into the space where we have several activities and our photography exhibit off to the left. Once you try out the activities and see the photos, you'll continue through the Hall of Human Origins, past all the skulls, and there are even more activity stations. Once you do the rest of those activity stations, you can come back around through the lobby and into the Great Hall where we have food. So we have pizza, we have sandwiches. There were a few people who requested a gluten-free option, so if that was you, just come find me and I'll get you that. And then we're gonna hang out and have fun for the rest of the evening. So I'm stalling just a few more seconds to make sure that everyone gets down to their stations.
So, you know how you can on this side, we have bags on this side. I know. So it's almost time to go home. It's 7:45 right now. The program ends at 8. However, break fast starts at 8. So I mean, we have this food here. We can't eat it right now. So right now we're just gonna go home and take this food with us. They have such a wide selection of food. They have sandwiches, they have pizza, they have cupcakes. You know, it's always a good idea to take some home just so you can eat it there. And right now, there's Zami with more food, so I guess we're gonna leave. And I guess, how should I end this? I want it to be really big, impactful, because it's the end of the year. Zami's leaving this program, and I'm coming back next year, but you know, I guess this ends EVO 2K18 to 2K19. Alright. EyeOnAiman, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe for videos on EyeOnAiman. Hopefully there'll be just a bit more videos of Azami, but we won't see him much because he'll be going to college at MIT. But if we have any more videos of them, stay tuned for them. Signing out. Peace.